Of all the world's greatest inventors, Nikola Tesla would have to be rated as one of the greatest. He was a genius and an eccentric. He was not afraid to think outside the square. Yet his work is both praised and lambasted, as many saw his ideas as crackpot. But a lot of his inventions were most certainly ahead of their time, and today we benefit from many of his ideas. However, there are claims that some of Tesla's life work is being kept hidden. So was the government trying to keep some of his files a secret? Today, we'll be exploring the mysterious case of Nikola Tesla's missing files. After Nikola Tesla was discovered dead in his hotel room in New York City in 1943, a number of documents pertaining to the work of the 86-year-old inventor were seized by representatives of the US government's Office of Alien Property. It was during World War II, and Tesla claimed to have created a particle beam weapon dubbed the Death Ray that would have been invaluable for the war effort. Rather than run the risk of this technology falling into the hands of the enemy, the American government seized control of his property and any documents found in Tesla's room in the New Yorker hotel. At the time, it was not known what became of the files or what was in them, and their whereabouts remained a complete mystery, which made it ripe for conspiracy theories. After years of questioning about potential cover-ups and other conspiracies, in 2016, the FBI declassified around 250 pages of Tesla's documents under the Freedom of Information Act. They then made 2 more releases, the latest of which came out in March 2018. Even though these documents were published, there are many questions that are unanswered, and some files are still unaccounted for. 3 weeks after the death of the Serbian-American inventor, an electrical engineer from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology was put to task evaluating his papers in order to determine if Tesla had any ideas of significant value. The declassified files say that Dr. John G. Trump reported the analysis showing that Tesla's efforts were primarily of a speculative, philosophical character, and that the papers did not contain new, sound, workable principles or methods for realizing the desired results. Dr. John G. Trump was the uncle of the current president and was a younger brother of Fred Trump, President Trump's father. Dr. Trump was involved in designing X-ray machines that helped cancer patients. He also worked to develop radars for the Allies during World War II. After Dr. Trump completed his research, the FBI said that it was proof that the death ray particle beam weapon Tesla supposedly invented did not exist. But rumours and speculation still persisted, where some in the US government were still in 2 minds when it came to the technology that Tesla had developed. Mark Seizure, author of Tesla biographer Wizard, The Life and Times of Nikola Tesla, said that some military personnel at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Dayton, Ohio, including then Brigadier General L.C. Craigie, had their own thoughts about Tesla's ideas. Seizure compared Brigadier General Craigie to John Glenn, the first man to orbit the moon, as he was the first person to fly a jet for the military. According to Seizure, Craigie said that there's something about this, the particle beam weapon is real. So there are 2 different camps, those who dismiss the invention and those who appear to believe that it's possible. After Tesla died, his estate was willed to his nephew, Sava Konasevic, who was a Yugoslav ambassador to the USA at the time, thanks to a family connection with Serbia's greatest inventor. Some of the most recently classified documents suggest that some people in the FBI were worried that Konasevic was trying to grab control of Tesla's technology to make the information about it available to the enemy, because in that period, Serbia was part of socialist Yugoslavia, who were aligned to the Soviet Union. They even considered arresting him to prevent such a thing happening. After a US court declared that Kusanovich was the rightful heir to Tesla's estate in 1952, the files and other materials Tesla left behind were sent to Belgrade in Serbia, and they are now housed in the Nikola Tesla Museum in Belgrade. However, while the FBI would record that Tesla left around 80 trunks in his effects, only 60 trunks reached Belgrade. Perhaps the FBI packed everything into 60 trunks, or perhaps the government kept hold of the other 20. The History Channel did a 5-part series on Nikola Tesla called The Tesla Files, where Seizure joined up with astrophysicist Dr. Travis Taylor and investigative reporter Jason Stapleton. They searched for the files to try and find out the truth about how the government felt about the death ray weapon and the other ideas Tesla had. According to Mark Seizure, the fact that Dr. John G. Trump was initially dismissive about Tesla's theories, the military did in fact try to incorporate particle beam weapons following World War II. One of the most notable examples of this is the Strategic Defense Initiative, or Star Wars program, Ronald Reagan established in the 1980s, which was inspired by the death ray. Seizure explains that the government used some information from some of Tesla's files to power their technology, which could explain why some of his files are still classified. According to information released when the Tesla files were declassified in 2016, it is purported that Henry Wallace, Franklin D. Roosevelt's vice president, discussed the effects of Tesla's wireless transmission of electrical energy and the so-called death ray with his advisors. Apparently, the Tesla files showed the role played by Vannevar Bush, the American engineer, inventor, and science administrator who was appointed head of the Manhattan Project by Roosevelt, who evaluated Tesla's research and was a Tesla admirer. In 1931, he sent Tesla a birthday greeting. "Dear Mr. Tesla, I wish to join my own tribute of admiration for your unique career. The congratulations of the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, where the contribution which your original genius has made for the benefit of mankind is fully appreciated." Bush himself held about 50 US patents for various inventions. Bush said, "Let us move ahead from Tesla's suggestion to place coils of wire on a ship to radar and radar countermeasures." According to Seizure and his team, FDR himself attempted to meet with Tesla shortly before he died. By researching some of the most important places that Tesla lived and worked, from his laboratory in Colorado Springs to the New Yorker hotel where he spent his final days, to the wireless tower he constructed at Wardenclyffe, Long Island, Seizure, Stapleton and Taylor hoped to unravel some of the mysteries surrounding the inventor. They also spent time in California, where some of the inventor's other groundbreaking ideas, many of which were considered unrealistic and crackpot during his own time, are possibly behind some of the industries dominating Silicon Valley. While some of the more sensitive innovations Tesla came up with are supposedly still hidden away, his legacy as a whole is alive and well, both in the devices that we use on a daily basis and the technologies that could quite possibly shape the future. Tesla invented wireless technology and the ability to create and connect to an unlimited amount of wireless channels, radio guidance systems, remote control robots, and encryption. All of these and many more could not possibly have existed without Nikola Tesla.